What's going on, all you wonderful people? I assume most of you are like, Zen talks about all of these things, this urine therapy, and drink this and do that, and what does he eat? What does he eat? And I figured I'd explain to you and show you what I eat and why. And the most important thing to concern yourself with when you eat is that delicious and wonderful to you? Is that going to make you happy? Is it going to really make you happy to eat that? Are you going to be is that like, yes, that's exactly what I desire and want, and that's part of my happiness. And so that's the first way that I eat. That's the first thing that I'm concerned with. And all of these things on this plate that you're seeing here are all things I said, yeah, those are all things that will be pleasurable to me. Pleasure is the highest good. And I said, well, this is what I want. So I took my bike and I'll explain to you what all these things are and what they are alchemically and why they're good. And not just because I think they're good, but because of what they are. So I took my bike and went to a market, spent 23 bucks and got myself a jar of Kalamata olives, some artichoke hearts of palm, a big jar of already peeled garlic because, well, I like garlic and I don't feel like peeling it all the time. Um, a jar of wonderful pickles and a potato, a red onion, a white onion, and what else did I get? Did I get anything else? I might have got one more little item. Oh, and a pepper. And a pepper. There we go. And I woke up this morning, and what I wanted was, I was like, oh, what do I always kind of have a hankering for? And it's always these oily foods and olives and um, I don't know what it is. I don't, but I'm always like, I like that meal. So what I did was I took some garlic, some raw garlic, you'll see, and I took some of that raw garlic and I pan fried it. I mashed it with my palm of my hand, and then I pan fried it very shallow. I just held the pan up so it was the oil and the garlic was there, and so I crisped up and gave it a nice, almost like a roasted garlic, but more of a fried garlic flavor. And then I have got my everything else there is pretty much raw, or I mean, is a pickle really raw? Is an olive raw? I mean, not really. It's transmuted. It's gone through an alchemy itself. So the raw garlic is exceptionally healthy, but it's extremely bitter, and bitter is medicinal, and it does a lot for clearing out your blood and cleaning out. People would call them worms or all sorts of parasites in your system because of its acidity, pH, kind of what it provides to the body. And so it's hard to eat by itself. So what I use the other elements for, I'll eat a piece of garlic with, say, a couple of those olives. And it disguises the flavor in my mouth, and it doesn't make it so bitter and unbearable to take down. But everything else is delicious to me. And so the roasted garlic there just adds another element of flavor. And so what I have is hearts of palm. And so that's a palm tree, and it's actually the heart of it, the middle of it. So, I mean, right there you kind of get an understanding of what it's good for. It's good for the heart. And then I have artichoke hearts. Imagine that. Another heart element. But the artichoke heart is, strangely enough, it's a flower. It's a flowering of something. And those two things, they've always just cropped up and been like, they're just the most. I don't know. I don't know what the flavor is. It's a really strange, it's just basic, but it's delicious. It offers like a palate for everything else. And then olives. The word olive comes from all alive, or it doesn't come from, but that's what it means, all alive. And you can look into the history of like the olive tree and the olive branch and all of this and its quality and the Greek and all of these eras and how olive oil is so healthy. And what I did was I put olive oil over this entire dish. I just drizzled some olive oil all over it. And then pickles, obviously. Pickles always have a fun place in my heart. And whether you get pickles, I mean, obviously the best way to get pickles is the fermented variety. There are many ways that pickles are made. There's like a cheat way of making pickles, which is to use a brine. So you can make salty or sour pickles with salt and sugar brines. It's pickling it, but it's not fermenting it. See, pickles originally were fermented. And the fermentation is very much akin to how beer is made, and it's obviously how sauerkraut is made. So sauerkraut and pickles should be the same, but a lot of pickles are made these days with a cheat on it. It's just basically a salt brine and keeps the pickle alive inside of the brine, and they use sugars sometimes. And you can make these. You can make quick pickles by cooking up some salts and sugar with some water and put some spices in there and dill, and then take that hot water and slice up some pickles and throw the pickles in there, and then immediately take it off of the heat and close them up and let them sit. And I think probably in about, I don't know, 8 to 12 hours this should be decent, and 24 hours this should be really nice. And you can put them in the fridge and you're good to go. So all of these things I eat because it's exactly what I wanted and I enjoy them, and because they're all extremely healthy. So the pickles we got, the artichoke hearts and the hearts of palm, garlic 2 ways, olives and some olive oil. And that's what I'm eating for lunch. Some days I don't have lunch. Some days I'll wait until the sun goes down and just have dinner. That's my other videos I was explaining about Oh, I didn't even release that yet. I'll do that. I'll do that soon. I was explaining to you the 3 levels of the copper vessel, the brass bowl, and the silver plate. And I explained it a little bit, but I gave a great story to it, and I'll release that pretty soon. But I just thought everybody would be interested in what does Zen eat for the day. And it really depends on the day and what I'm feeling like. Some days I want more energy. And if I want more energy, I won't eat. Because eating gets in the way of giving you the energy for that day. Remember that. Like right now I'm in a digestion process. So it allows me to sit here, digest my food, talk to you. If I want to be out doing something, I would not eat. I wouldn't eat this morning because I would already have the fuel in my system from yesterday. It's kind of, just think of it in a very simple way. If you want to drive your car, you don't stop at the gas station to drive your car. You'd fill it up and then you go. So you'd fill it up the night before. And so you'd fill up your body the night before with all of the fuel that you need, that your body actually processes during the night and gives you the energy for the next day. So like right now, I don't really have a lot of plans for the day to do anything active physically. So I'm going to eat something and let this day actually process the food for me while I'm sitting here talking and doing some things. And I can alchemize myself day or night. Most people, they keep continually stuffing things in themselves, all 3 meals a day, and then snack in the middle. And they actually get to the point of they're over processing. They don't have, they can't process any more information. They can't process any more food, and this is why people get fat. This is why people get diseased, because your body's like, well, what do you want to do with all this stuff? Okay, we'll put it as a fat molecule. Okay, we'll put it as a cancer even. We'll put it as, what do you want to do with this? Like we can't even move it out fast enough. We can't even take a poop fast enough. That's what happens. And so when you're in a place of having proper amount of nutrition and energy within the system, you can depending on what your day looks like and what you want to do during your day, you can alchemize food at any time. It's not just during the nighttime. It's not. It doesn't work that way. I mean, it's the best time to do it because your body has shut off and everything is shut off, and through the circadian rhythms and how they would teach you in the Taoist practices, like it makes more sense to do it at night, but it doesn't need to be done at night. But again, if you want energy for the day, don't eat, get up and have some juice. That way you can process that sugar fast. You can process, and those are the proper sugars because of the size of the molecule of the sugars. So if you need a little extra boost of energy in the morning, best thing to do, lemon or limeade, and remove what was in your body from the night before, and then fill yourself up with little orange juice or whatever else you like, and then go on with your day. And then you'll have more energy throughout the day. And then days that you have off, you can choose to feast when you like and ingest and enjoy the way that you like. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this little tidbit of what does Zen alchemize? What does he eat? Well, there you go. Talk to y'all soon. Stay well, be awesome, inspire the world. If you can't do that, at least inspire yourself.